Jonathan Leger in a couple of minutes is going to join us and talk to you about ditching Google and still making money. Now, when we explain what that means and just how big it is, we know there are going to be jaws dropping on the floor. You know, it's kind of almost unbelievable, some of the things we're going to show you and tell you, but John will prove it to you, and it will be something that is eye-opening for most of you. I'm Eamon Motin, and I'm the General Manager at jonathanleger.com, and really today what I'm going to be doing is trying to get all the good stuff from John. You know, make sure he delivers information that you can use and reveals some of the secrets that help to produce the kind of figures that we're going to show you. It's actually simpler than it would sound. He's going to tell you how simple, but I'm going to make sure he tells you. Now, if there's time, we will take some live questions, but we're trying to keep this to exactly 60 minutes if we can. We tend to go over, but that's just how it goes. So let's just make sure John's there. Hello, John, are you online?
I am here.
Oh, yeah, that's cool. I could hear you. That's a good sound. If anybody would just confirm that you can hear John, I'd be grateful. Just want to make sure that everybody's getting both sets of audios. Yeses are coming in. Excellent. Thank you. First thing, John, I want to do, John's put me on the spot with so many changes for this presentation because I can't keep up, but it's like the slide numbers keep changing, and I've just had to freeze it earlier today because I'd have to change it literally 2 minutes before we started, and I can't, but he'll update us with some figures as well. So I've got to apologize. I am sorry. The annual licenses have now sold out. We don't have any. You can't get hold of an annual license anymore. However, after some not heated discussion, but some lively back and forth discussion with John and Josh, and you know, we've had a good look at this and considered what is fair and reasonable. John is making a split pay available on the lifetime license now to everybody. It was previously available through PayPal on the Bill Me Later system, but that only applies in the US. Well, we have lots of international customers, and so it seemed reasonable to extend some kind of split payment to international customers as well. So there is now, on the lifetime deal, there is a 3-pay option, and you can see that just here. I'll give you all the links in a moment because, as I'll explain, you're getting a head start on this. So the lifetime license, you can do the single payment $597, or you can do a 3-pay at $233 per month for 3 months. So I'm going to put the special link in the chat box. I know some of you wanted to come along and just get that deal. So I'm just going to put that in the chat box for you now. Just bear with me a second. So this link is a short link. If anybody is having a problem because you're on a mobile or whatever, the link is tinyurl.com/smwebdeal. But the link's in the chat box so you can see it there, and it's not too much to type if you had to. Now, there's a reason we're giving you this head start right now rather than at the end of the webinar. Currently, the link I've given you, nobody else can see. The only people who know about that link are the people who are live with us right now on this webinar. There are limited lifetime licenses left. Because you've taken the decision to be with us live, we appreciate that. And that means we'd like to give you a chance to get your license, if you want one, ahead of anybody else. An hour after we finish, that link is going to be live for all of John's subscribers and everybody else who hits that page. So you're getting the length of the webinar plus an hour afterwards where you get a head start before anybody else can get a license. So if you're wanting a license, now's your chance to get it. You can make sure you get in before everybody else does and then closes it down. I don't know how quick that will happen. I can't predict that. It will close at some point, but you know, you've got a couple of hours in effect to get ahead. I'll answer this question already because a couple of people are asking it. Do you get the bonuses through that link? Yes, they are delivered manually though, and I'll show you the bonuses a little bit later. So before John shows us and talks to us about what he's going to talk about, I just want to show you some figures for anybody who has not seen these before, because when you talk about traffic on demand, making money without Google, when you see the figures, it's impossible to believe them because they are so good. They're real, but they're almost the kind of figures where you think, yeah, right. And honestly, when I first started seeing them, it's like, what? Are you kidding? And, you know, no, we're not. So here's one of John's ClickBank, and you can see this is the last couple of weeks. Started off at 884, then went to 2,000 and a bit, 1377, 1677, and this week, the current week, it's already at $1,273 $76. We're not finished with the week yet, and probably that number is already out of date. Because I think, John, did you make some money on AdSense today so far?
Yeah, that week that you're showing, because that's the week's end, actually ended at about $1,600. So that's an older snapshot. So that week ended at about $1,600, and now we're in the following week.
Well, I can't keep up. I can't keep up. His numbers change. Oh my word! I've got to read this. Stefano is saying, "Shut up and sell me this stuff." I've put the link where you can buy it right now, Stefano, so you can get that right now, and then you can come back and watch this if you want to. Alberto's saying they are so. Oh, the figures are real. I see big changes on my site.
I got to say that, Eamon. I know we're going to get into all this, but we have got a lot of posts from people on the forums, the Learn from John forum, the JL forum, talking about the traffic and the sales that they're making thanks to Social Multiplier, the people who have already gotten in and bought in. So I'm very, very proud of this software. I'm very proud of the results. I'm very surprised at how much traffic Pinterest is able to deliver to so many people, but I'm very happy for it. I haven't seen anything like this in years, so very exciting time.
I know, and some of the figures are amazing. Charlotte, yes, there will be a replay. This is what happened in 1 month. So again, this is John's testing. September 24th to October 24th. The sessions, how many people visited? Just have a look at this. 619,436 in a month. And if you look down at the bottom left of the screen, it's all from Pinterest. It's all from one traffic source. I mean, those numbers are ridiculous, but you know. Now,
and look at the spikes. Look at the spikes. Back up to that one real quick. I had 250,000 visitor days.
Yeah. I mean, these are, you know, this is like
one spike.
Yeah. And again, you know, I can't keep up with these because the numbers keep changing. It's higher now anyway because we're on the 27th. But I had to say, you know, in all fairness, John, I need time to prepare. I can't change them every 5 minutes. This is one of my domains which I registered just to try and see what would happen. And if you look, it started on the 8th of October. That was me having a look. And you see how the figures have grown. Near the bottom, you're looking at 300, 350, 364. What you can't see on this is something I tested. And that is about, might be a week ago, so this would be about the 20th. I stopped pinning. I stopped using the software just to see what would happen, and I started pinning to a different site. But the traffic continued. It has dropped a little bit, as you can see, but it continued. And that's relatively small pinning, very conservative, because I'm very conservative when testing, simply because I want to make sure of what I'm doing. So that same site, 8th of October, 27th of October, that's 19 days in the 2,294 unique visitors. So far, so good. But let's have a look at John's figures, because his are more impressive than mine. He started sooner than I did. So here's a lesson for everybody listening. The sooner you start, the sooner you get a snowball effect, which we'll talk about, and the sooner things start to accumulate and build and burrow. And John, I think, will explain why that happens for us a little bit later. So in 30 days, 1,536,680 page views. Yeah, big deal. Who cares? How's this? $17,744 in revenue, which is already out of date, by the way.
It is. I reran that today. And it's closer to 19,000 now.
Oh, you're just bragging now. You're showing off.
It's over 1.6 million page views in the last 30 days, by the way.
Wow. So I am showing you old information. I apologize, but I cannot keep up. So it gives you an indication anyway. And then 9,000, well, call it 10,000 new email subscribers. And I know it's higher than that, but
it's like 10,600 and something now. Yeah, it's up.
Nearly another 1,000 on top. And 5,000 joined in the last 7 days. Now, I don't know how many of you have a subscriber list or if you know what kind of money subscribers are worth, but that's a lot of subscribers. And there are people who never get a list that big in a lifetime. To do that, you know, in 30 days, well, it's ridiculous numbers, like I say. Here's some AdSense earnings. So this again is a month, $11,514.07. Not bad. Now this one shows you ClickBank and AdSense together. It's a bit small, so I'll just zoom in for you because I know it's hard to read. The ClickBank at the point the screenshot was taken, it's out of date again, $6,230.30. That's ClickBank.
Now, wait, before you leave that one,
yep.
Look at the TID column, everybody. Look at the TID column. Everything that has something in the TID column, that means that sale was made from a follow-up email from the people who are getting on my email list. So a lot of sales come when you build an email list and pitch to them continually. So definitely, absolutely be getting opt-ins on those sites that you use with Social Multiplier, because it adds a very significant amount of revenue to the bottom line.
Well, let's just talk about that particular figure. This is already out of date. I think it was about 10,600, John said. That is 10,600 people that you can send emails to whenever you want to, within reason. Don't do it 20 times a day, and make them suitable offers. It is virtually money on demand. A subscriber list is one of the most valuable things you can develop, and you can see the numbers there that John has. And then this figure that John was talking about here, where he's making money from writing to the people who visited his site previously. Because what happens is somebody comes to your site, they'll have a look, they'll read, they'll take some information, and they'll go away. The vast majority of people, in all fairness, will never come back. You give them something in exchange for signing up to your subscriber list, and you can send them content, you can send them advice, you can send them promotions. You can continue to make money for a long time. Now, I did read, and I have no hard evidence of this, but I did read that the average life of a subscriber staying on your list is something like 18 to 36 months. So call it 2 years. And then they either change their email or they get interested in other things or whatever. So up to about 2 years. 2 years worth of opportunity making money with that same person. And if you're targeting what you promote to them, they'll be interested in that because that's the thing they're interested in. So that particular thing is a good point you raised there, John. It's a very, very good point. Thank you. So anyway, continuing, 11,500 of the AdSense, 6 and a bit ClickBank. So that's 17,744, but actually nearer 19,000 today, because these screenshots are a couple of days old. And there's the subscriber list, so you can see the dates. That's a month, 25th of September to 25th of October. 9886 subscribers. That's a big subscriber list in anybody's book. And the numbers are already out of date. So with numbers like that, John can say, and I can say, and you could say, Google, you're fired. Okay, I like The Apprentice. I don't know if you all watch that, but we have a UK one, and he points his finger when he says you're fired. I think they do the same on the US one. And all this is wonderful. You know, I'm glad that John's making a ton of money and making me jealous. And I'm sure you're all very happy that John is making all this money. But we would like to know how. And I would like to know how, on your behalf, how it was done while John was asleep, while he was eating dinner, catching a movie, driving to the shops, because that's one of the things that he's told you, and it actually happened. So how much have you made today while you've been talking to me, John? I know the day's not over, but and I know you've been doing other things.
Yeah, as of about 5 o'clock, because I checked it just before the webinar started, I was at over $500 for today. Now that's today, Google time, and Google's in Pacific time, so we still have about 10 hours to go. So a little bit over half of the day, and I'm already at $500 net for the day. And I have not touched anything in Pinterest today at all because I was getting prepped for the webinar, and I had some other things to take care of, and I was walking down to the local Whole Foods that sells this awesome pizza that I just love. And, you know, I was taking my kids to the park, and you know, we went out to eat for breakfast, and, you know, I wasn't doing anything with Pinterest. I was basically goofing off and writing a few emails today because, you know, every now and again, we all like to goof off with our kids if you have kids. Or if you don't have kids, you like to goof off with yourself.
Yeah.
You know?
So what kind of...
I earned $500 today doing nothing. It's great. So I love it.
Yeah, what kind of conversation do you think you would have with your boss if you were working for somebody, if you were goofing off all day?
Oh, this cracks me up. I know people who live around me wonder what I do for a living because they see me goofing off all the time. I'm like, I'm out in the yard, were, you know, traveling around. Like, does he go to work? What does this guy do? You know?
Yeah.
And I know they wonder, you know, but it's my little thing. I like to keep it a secret just because I think it's funny.
Yeah, and actually, I think many people believe that there's security in working for somebody else, but I don't think there is really. And you've never found that, I'm sure, because you've been doing this a long time now.
Okay, I'm sorry, I missed that. I was answering your question.
Oh, okay, you were talking to. I was just saying that I think a lot of people believe there's security in working for somebody else, but I don't think that's true, and you've never found it, have you?
I mean, read the news. People get laid off left and right. And here's the thing that really bugs me about that is you could be the best at your job. You could be the best person at your job. And we all know that when it comes time for layoffs, if you're not related to the guy who is in authority, you lose your job, and the talentless hack who happens to be the brother-in-law of the guy who's in charge is the one who keeps his job. So no, there's no such thing as job security. Not anymore. I mean, the days of working for Ford or whatever, going to work when you're 18 and retiring when you're 65 or whatever the age is now, and having a nice pension, that's over. You have to take care of yourself now. And it's a sad shame. But I'm not going to get all, you know, political and stumping here, but it's a sad shame that it's like that. But it is the reality. And so things like social multiplier, generating your own traffic, adding your own revenue, it makes all the difference in the world.
Now, I want you to give us some information, so I'm actually going to show something on here. We've talked a little bit about Pinterest, you leveraging or leveraging the platform. We know from previous emails you've sent that Pinterest users tend to spend money. They're a good demographic, fancy term to say group. If you pin more, you can generate more visitors. If you can pin for 24/7, you're going to be able to pin a lot. But you need a high quality site, and using automation can make a world of difference to how frequently you can do this and achieve it. Which is all, it all sounds good, but look, let me ask the question other people are thinking. Is it really just too good to be true? And so what I want you to do right now is, I think it's time, let's have a look, you tell us, and please keep it very simple so we can understand what you have to do to achieve results even a little bit like yours. I'm not saying everybody's going to make 20,000 in 3 months, but as an example, and I don't think she'll mind me saying it, I've got a friend on the call who has an aim of just doing about 500 a month, to supplement her income. You've done that so far today, and the day's not over. So, I mean, the 20,000 would be like a complete daydream for her. But the 500 a month is her actual goal. So you don't have to set out to be a multimillionaire to do this. If you just want, well, we were talking earlier, weren't we, about college funds and so on. If you want to put a little money aside for your kids, you could do this. If you want to pay off a car loan, if you want to move to a slightly better house, or if you want to save for retirement, if you want to pay for a nice vacation for a special occasion. It doesn't have to be a full-time job when you're doing this if you use the right tools. So come on, let's hear it. Put your mouth where the money is, so to speak. So I'm going to switch to John so he can actually show us and demonstrate this.
And there's nothing to switch to. There's nothing. There is no real secret. I don't really have anything to show.
Well, there's got to be a secret, John.
Well, there's not a secret. I guess if there's a secret, the secret is automation. Social multiplier 2, which you're going to show people how that works later anyway, and that's really all there is to see, is it does for you what you could do manually. I mean, manually you could set up a Pinterest account, and you could sit at the screen 24 hours a day, well, I suppose napping in between, 7 days a week, and you could pin, and you could pin, and you could pin, and you could pin, and you could drive traffic to your site, but there's only one of you, and you got to go to work if you still have a job. You got to go to the grocery store when you need that. I hope you take a bath or a shower. You have other responsibilities. You have family that you need to spend time with. You got TV shows that you want to watch. You don't want to be sitting in front of a computer 24 hours a day. That's the secret sauce. Social multiplier does what you would normally do, only it does that 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, nonstop, pinning and following and growing your accounts for you so that it generates the traffic that you can then use to convert into profits. That's the only secret sauce. It doesn't do anything special. It does what you would do as a normal human being with a normal Pinterest account.
Okay, now what I've just heard from you is not something you normally expect on a webinar of this type, where people say it's not really doing anything special, it's just doing it faster than you. Because we've got a few people saying that they've already bought it and installing it now. Thank you for those comments, excellent. Well, so pinning an image to Pinterest is simple to do. You choose an image, you click the button on Pinterest, you put a little description, and you put a link to your page, and then you save, or pin actually. There's a button that says pin. Dead simple to do, but you can't do it 24 hours a day is what you're saying. So really, the secret sauce, come on, let's tell people, the secret sauce is having a tool that does it for you properly, non-stop.
Really, and I guess in a sense there is a sort of kind of secret sauce in that the software operates in a way that takes my last year and a half experience with Pinterest and, you know me, never-ending testing.
Yeah.
The software is built to function in the way that I have found to be the most effective and profitable with Pinterest. So you don't have to go through a year and a half to learn what works manually in order to see results very quickly. And that's why so many people are getting results so quickly, because it's built into the software to do it the right way. Already, from right out of the box, it's built to do it the right way.
Yeah. I actually got an email today from somebody who, he's only been using it a little bit for a few days, and he was saying, well, he tried it and he didn't know what to expect. He got 30 visitors the first day, 30 real human visitors, which is cool, but it builds, of course. And then he tried it on a dead site with Amazon products on, and he's already got a sale. So he's actually proved to himself that it does work. Now he's got to scale up. Scaling up with Social Multiplier is pretty simple. If you were doing it manually, you would never be away from the computer. So the real secret sauce for traffic on demand is multiplication. But you can't do it yourself because you've only got 2 pairs of hands, and even if you had 2 keyboards, there'd be a limit to how much you can do. So it's not really... Yeah, go ahead.
One of my favorite Learn from John members is Kimberly. She jumped full force into Social Multiplier 2. I mean, full force. She was using the first one, but with version 2, she really jumped into it. And within a week, her first 7 days, she was at 500 visitors a day. I mean, that's really good. That's really good. And I don't expect most people to see 500 visitors a day in the first week. But the fact that it happened for her, because she really got after it and started using it, you know, big time, shows what's possible, depending on the market you're in and how much you're willing to just get after it and start using it. And I don't know anywhere you can find any other tool or source of traffic you can go to that generates 500 visitors a day in the first week, and you're not paying for it. It's not like you're paying $1 a click to AdWords. Can you imagine that? $500 a week to AdWords? You know, you're not having to do that. And she's not, exactly, you're so fired, Google. I divorced Google when this tool really started taking off. I'm like, man, Google, you suck. They put all these demands on webmasters. They demand that webmasters do this and follow their rules and listen to their stuff and do everything their way, when they don't send a fraction of the traffic that I'm getting from Pinterest for the markets that I'm using. I'm like, the example I like to use is woodworking. If you go to the Google Keyword Planner AdWords tool and look up how many people search for woodworking every month, about 27,000 people in the US. My woodworking site is getting almost 300,000 visitors a month. Google's sending 27,000 visitors a month, maybe, depending on how far down your #1 ranking actually is, because you got to get past all the AdWords ads first.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no comparison. There's really no comparison. For the markets that Pinterest is awesome in, and there's a lot of them that it's awesome in, it's so much better than Google. It's not even funny. It's just awesome.
A lot of people are telling us off, John, because they want us to get on and show that. Okay, so we're going to please.
Okay, we'll get on. I'll shut up now for a little while. We'll get on. get into the
we're going to show you.
Really awesome stuff to show you. But I could talk about Pinterest and how incredible it is all day long. I really could, because it has renewed my faith in automated traffic generation. It really has.
Yeah. There are certain other elements that you need, because traffic with nowhere to go, what is the point? It's a complete waste. So if you don't have a website of some kind, it's a bit of a waste. But I'm going to show you how easy it can be to do this. Okay. Oh, I just must read this from Volker, because he had a little bit of problem logging in, and we sorted that for him. He's made some tests, and he made $40 yesterday from ClickBank, and he's got a couple of sales today. So now he's started to build quality sites. Thank you for that comment. That's excellent. Okay, so I will start on the demo, because content on your site is what you need. And I've got this awesome testing site here, which has got oh, well, there's nothing on it yet. But anyway, we'll put some content on there in a second, and you'll see. So I've installed the plugin that you get as a bonus for lifetime purchase of Social Multiplier. And it enables you to monetize a blog in multiple ways. Now, I'm not going to give you a technical breakdown of this, because we have an entire webinar for purchasers that's dedicated to learning how to maximize this and Social Multiplier. I'm going to show you how easy it is to make sites. So I've got no posts. I'll just show you. I've got no pages. I've got no money. Sorry, that's just my sense of humor. What I do have is Social Monetize Me. So let me create some Amazon adverts. So I've got an associate ID, and I put this in earlier. Camera lens in the US, and I want 100 items. I'm going to create 100 pages for products between $100 and $1,500. So John, what I'd like you to do is, have you got a stopwatch or a second hand?
Yeah, I do.
Well, in fact, we'll do that in a second, because I'm just I've got a couple of questions while that's searching Amazon. Charles is asking if the lifetime license comes with this site builder. Yes, it does. It does. In fact, the bonus that you get with the lifetime purchase allows you to install this on 500 domains. And Scott, the bonus webinar is going to take place in a week or two. We can't do it this week. It's not already gone through, but there's going to be an entire training session on how to do that. So I've got actually 99 items from Amazon, and let's just see.
12 seconds, by the way. 12 seconds.
Well, that's not the impressive bit, because I want to show you the impressive bit. So these 99 items are camera lenses, and that might be my particular topic, right? Yours could be anything. So I have no pages at the moment. If you would start the timer again, John, and tell me go, we'll see how long it takes to make 99 pages.
Okay, ready, go.
Okay, so I've hit the button, and what it's doing is actually creating an affiliate link. Stop.
4.5 seconds.
Yeah, and that included me talking. So I now have 99 pages monetized. Let me just click on this thing for a second, and don't worry about what it is. I'll tell you that later. So I did pages, didn't I? Not posts. You can do posts or pages. Oh, look, 99 pages. Let's have a look at that one. So that's created a page for me. Nice image. And look, if I click on this, what it does is take whoever's on that page to my affiliate link on Amazon. If they buy, I'm getting a commission. I've got 99 pages like that already. Okay? So let's just go back and see if we can do something else. So if I want a camera lens, I might want accessories to go with it, like a flash gun. Or, in fact, let's put the word, yeah, now I'm going to put flash gun. You can put whatever keyword you like in there. So I'm going to click this button this time, because this is something, it's a little bit different. Yes, Caroline, it is crazy, it is fast. We've got two options there. That's actually created the pages for me with flash guns. So let's go have a look at those. So somewhere on here, flash gun, there we go. Warranties. Wow, there's a lot of things on here. What's that, 110 pages? Now, I might not have chosen a particularly good keyword there. You'd have to do a little research, to find the right one. That's a $429 flash gun. If they click here, well, if they buy it from my link, I get commission. And I have, what have I got now? 109 pages already. That's fast. In a good way, my hat is off. Okay. can I show you something even faster? Because this is something we're going to give people. Ooh, wrong page. Sorry. Something we're going to give people who buy the lifetime link, and I'll explain all the bonuses properly later. But I want to show you something about how fast this is.
Let me say something real quick, Eamon.
Please do, yeah.
Eamon's going through this stuff really quick, but don't worry. Anyone who gets a social multiplier license 2, assuming any are left by the time you go to get it, we are having a full-blown masterclass training session, which Eamon's going to go into more detail about later. So you're going to be taught all of this stuff step by step. He's just going through it quickly because we're trying to get through everything quickly.
What I'd like you to do, John, is start the timing, and I'll tell you when to stop. So you say go.
Give me 1 second, I'll get to that. All right, go.
Now, what I'm doing at the moment is creating a bunch of pages for different particular topics. Oh, look, I forgot to choose the file. Silly me. So photography, where are we? Camera, that was it, yeah. So this is going to be creating pages in multiple niches. Now, can I just say, you wouldn't normally do multiple niches the way I'm doing. It's just a demo. You'd normally stay within a particular topic, of course. And that's created 564 pages. Is that fast enough?
12 seconds, Eamon. 12 seconds.
Okay, that's nothing. Let's do it some more. I'm going to show you something else. So now I'm going to do jewelry. Oh, and I keep forgetting to choose the file. Silly me. Okay. So I'm creating another batch of Amazon pages. And these files are going to be part of the bonus for the lifetime purchase. You'll see in a moment what they are and how they work and so on. So that's another 500 pages. That's on the jewelry niche. So I don't know, what else would go? Let me think. Skincare. Let's see how fast I can create some pages for skincare. So what I'm doing now is I will have created a total of about 500,000. I think it's going to be about 1,400. I'm not sure. We'll see. 1,400 pages. And I think John's still timing, but you can see it's pretty quick. If I remember rightly, the skincare might be a slightly bigger file because there's more of it. And you can do pages or posts. Doesn't really matter that much, quite honestly. But it can be any niche or multiple niches, and it can be as focused as you want. So that was 1,532 pages. So let me just show you how many monetized pages I have on my site. Can you see that number there, everybody? 2,596 pages. Now, I'm going to make you an offer. If anybody can do that manually, as fast as I just did that, I will give you $1,000. If you can do that manually...
I got to say something, Eamon. First of all, the 2,600 pages, that's just amazing that it does it so quickly. And I also have to say, I wish you would have told me about this plugin before. And, you know, you probably did, but you know me, I get so distracted and busy. I started using Eamon's plugin because I've been experimenting with Amazon over the past month or so. And after using Eamon's plugin, my daily Amazon commission doubled. Just doubled. Doing the same thing I was doing before, but switching out to using his plugin rather than the method I was using. So I doubled my profit from Amazon just by using his plugin instead of doing what I was doing before. So this definitely works, and it's so easy to use.
Yeah, I think, John, you have to explain why, though, because the audience may not understand why it suddenly becomes, you know, doubles. What is it that makes it increase? And it's a very simple thing again, but I'd like you to explain it for the audience.
Yeah, what really made the difference, I think, is because every pin that I was pinning, the image in the pin matched the product they were seeing when they landed on the page. Whereas before I was pinning fantastic images, but they weren't going directly to that product page. They were going to a page that was related products for sure, but not that exact one. But using the Social Multiplier Me plugin sent them directly to the page where the product that was pinned, the image that they saw, could be purchased. And that made all the difference in the world. That doubled my commission from Amazon because of that.
So simply because you can point them to the right page, it makes a difference. And the easier you can point them to the right page. Now look, how long is it going to take? It
helps that I can make thousands of these pages in minutes too. That's incredibly useful.
Well, I'm going to show you how easy it is to promote the pages that you've created in Social Multiplier. Now, I'm not showing you my real accounts here. I don't want people, you know, trying to hack them and so on. So I don't have an account set up here. It's just for demo. Normally, there'd be an account name, there'd be a password, there'd be boards. So, you know, I'm not sharing that publicly for obvious reasons. So I'm going to show you how it would look when you're doing this yourself. You click on Add. Oops, let me get rid of that. You click on Add, and you choose the account, your Pinterest account that you want to work with. I don't have it set up just for privacy, but in here, your Pinterest accounts show. You choose the one you like. You might have one for jewelry, one for photography, whatever. You choose the board. Now, you'll have a few boards on each of your Pinterest accounts. You might have one for skin cream. You might have one for, I don't know, well, cosmetics or whatever. So you choose the board that's appropriate for your products. You click that button here. When you do load images, I've just got to drag this over from my other monitor because it's kind of, there we go. You choose the file, and I don't know if you remember, but I downloaded a file earlier, this one, and I said I'll tell you about it later. Now there's a lot of stuff in there, and you don't need to know anything about it. All you need to know is you click that, choose the first item, click that, choose the second, click that, choose the third, and then click Update. Now I'm not going to do this for real because I haven't set up a Pinterest account. I'm not going to do it publicly like I said. But right now, if I hit that button, those products are now being promoted by Social Multiplier automatically 24 hours a day. And I can specify how often here. You can see it says 200 at the moment. If you've got a more established account, you could put 500. If you're starting slowly, you do 30. And what Social Multiplier will do is promote these pages for me by pinning them and rotating through them 24 hours, 7 days a week. It could be 100 items, it could be 500 items. It doesn't really matter. Social Multiplier will cope with it for you. Jeff, Windows and Mac. You can use it on both. Now, so far we've got a whole bunch of pages, which is great. But let's have a look at the photography one. So we've got posts and pages. We've got all sorts in here. So, okay. Now, I don't know if you can notice, but there's a little thing over here which is another affiliate link. And this is a ClickBank product that I didn't put in there myself. The system has done it automatically for me. Because what we can do is create image links. Now, image links are dead simple. There is one. I'm going to show you what we do. I'll actually create a new one. I've got some examples of ClickBank products that I want to show you. So, if you want to create an image link that will automatically put itself in your posts and pages without you having to touch anything else in the future, and it will work on existing pages that you already have and every future page that you make. This is how you do it. You put the keyword, and I'll put camera, photography, whatever. You put your affiliate link there. Okay. Preferably choose a nice image, and you can have it local, or you could use, if you're allowed, you could use the image link on somebody's website. That's from somebody's website there. If the image is a bit too big, you can change the size. Let's just make that 60, shall we? Oh no, that's too small. No, I'll leave it as it was. That's not too bad a size. I only want that to show on digital photography because that's what it's about, so I can keep it, to the relevant pages. And, we can specify other things here as well if we want to, and various other things. So that's an image link which will appear now wherever the word camera is in the content. So let me just see if the word camera is in there. No, it's not. So let me edit the page. And let's see if we can put the word camera in. The camera is the first, yeah. So I'm going to put something like, of course, it only works on Canon, I can't type. It's, there we go, a Canon camera. Just do that. So let's update that page and see what happens automatically. I'll view the page for you. Now, I'm only doing this on one page at the moment because, oh, it's remembered him. I'm only doing this on one page at the moment because it would take me a long time to do hundreds of pages for you. But however many pages you have, this will actually do it for you. And I've just realized I made a mistake with the image link. This one is overwriting it because this is set to appear on every page. So let's just change that. So just to show you what I mean. Yes, so you can have this as specific as you want. If you want it for particular keywords like wrinkle cream or something like that, So now refresh the page, we get a different link. Let me show you where that takes you. This is a ClickBank link to a particular ClickBank product. I've probably put the wrong link in there, so I'll fix that later. But of course, on live demonstrations, something always goes wrong, doesn't it? But what you get is an image link that is embedded within your existing content automatically. Now you can specify where it goes, top, bottom, middle, wherever you like it to be. But generally speaking, John, you're putting these kind of links here. And could you just explain why you're doing that?
I'm sorry, I've been answering questions. And
oh, okay, yeah.
Seriously answering people's questions while you explain how social monetize me works.
Yeah, I was just saying that you can make this appear at the top, middle, or bottom, whichever you prefer, of the post, you know. But you.
Yeah. I have to say something about that because I'm using your plugin. I just added it to a gardening site of mine, and I love the image links because it makes it so easy to split test different ads to see which works better. And I'm using it on my gardening site. Like I said, 2 days ago, just 2 days ago, I added a ClickBank promotion to the site, and the next day I made a $50 sale because your plugin was rotating through the different banners that the ClickBank vendor made available, and one of them it struck a chord with one of my visitors. So I made an extra $50, and I expect more sales in the coming days. So, and I'll talk a little bit more about that later, but the image links are awesome because it makes it just so easy to put those ads on any page that relates to the product you want to promote.
And it will show you how many views and clicks you get. So if you've got, say, 3 different photography items, and one of them is outperforming the other, because it's rotating, it's doing split testing, well, after you get enough traffic, and you get statistically significant numbers, so in other words, you're not guessing, you know that a particular product is doing better than the others, you would simply make that the one that shows all the time. So the rotation is great, but it's really to help you find which one hits the sweet spot for your particular market. And if you set up 3 or 4 of these for a particular keyword, it will do the rotation for you automatically. Once you've keyed in your money link and the image link, that's it, you're done. You sit back, have a look at these numbers after a week and say, well, that one's getting visitors and clicks, this one isn't, I'll ditch the one that's not working. So far, you know, that's cool. Let me show you something else, and it will do AdSense as well for you and automatically put AdSense in as well if you wish, or you can turn it off. You can also change the settings on a post or page if you're writing content, so if you wanted to overwrite the normal settings, you can do that. Not flashcam, what camera? So yeah, I'm going to do Nikon. Oh, I know you call it Nikon in the States, don't you? But so Nikon. Yeah, okay. Let's just find some items here, and I'm going to show you something else, John, which you haven't seen. And I think when you see it, you'll like it. It's not quite as pretty as I want it to be. So I'm showing you the beta version, and when you see it, I think you'll be pleased because it multiplies your monetization opportunity on each page by up to 10 times. I'll show you how. So I'm going to keep it as pages. I just happen to like pages, okay? We can add individual content if we want to, so we can put in spin tags, which means we can have kind of individualized extra content on each of these adverts, all that kind of good stuff. You see this little thing here? Let's have a look. There's a little innocuous checkbox here. And if I add all these lenses and click on create the pages, in a moment or two you're going to see the extra monetization opportunity that happens when you can get traffic to a page. Now the important thing is to get traffic to a page. John has solved that for you with Social Multiplier. When you get people to that page, you want as many opportunities for them to click on something of interest as possible. If there's something on the page that interests them, they're going to do the same as you do. They're going to click and look. Now, if you've only got one thing on a page, you've got one opportunity for them to click. 3 things on the page, and you'll see how that works in a moment. Now, this is slower because the way Amazon works, they don't let you flood them with requests for information. So it has to take a little pause in between each item. I think it said 75 items on that. So it's going to take a few extra seconds because it's got to allow Amazon enough time to answer us, but it's doing a lot of stuff in the background for me. I could walk away now, have a drink, switch browsers, do something else. That's just going to continue working. And when it finishes, I'll show you one of the pages and this extra monetization opportunity that I'm talking about. So, Sandra, you've already answered, John, yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to answer everybody's questions.
The questions are coming in fast, aren't they?
Thank God for my 130 words a minute, because the questions are just flying through, and I'm trying to answer everybody.
Yeah, I mean,
John, I really wish. I wish everybody would do this. I didn't expect what happened over the last year and a half. I didn't, and especially over the last 4 months when I really got into it, because as Eamon is constantly ribbing me about. I waited about a year before really diving into it, and I kick myself all the time about that because it's doing so well. I wish I would have been putting as much time into it as I am now a year ago, because I would be so much better off now. I mean, I'm already at almost $30,000 in profit over the last 3.5 months. Just from Pinterest. Just from Pinterest. Imagine if I had started a year ago rather than just a few months ago.
That's
Where would I
be?
Yeah, it's just yeah, I wish I could just convince everybody to at least give it a shot. I know I won't be able to, because people get skeptical and there's so many promises out there, especially in the world of internet marketing. You got so many sharks out there. I get why people don't trust that it's going to work. And in other cases, some people are just broke and they can't afford it. I understand that. We're trying to make it as easy as possible for everybody to at least give it a try. You know, we're giving you all the training you could possibly want. We have a 30-day money-back guarantee, absolutely no questions asked. If it doesn't work for you, fine, no worries. You know, we'll give you your money back. I just wish people would at least take that little leap of faith and give it a shot. Because the people who are giving it a shot are seeing amazing results. And I want everybody to feel that. I want everybody to have that. You know, and I know that's not realistic, but that's just my personal, that's how I am. I'm pie in the sky, kind of eternal optimist about everything.
Well, when the average person, you know, is not succeeding in Google and there is an opportunity to succeed the way they want to, it's a shame for them not to take that opportunity. But have a look at this. This was one of those pages I just created. It's a Nikon lens. That's what I asked for. So I told you there are more opportunities to make money on this page. I'll show you. And this was done automatically for me. So what it's done is it's putting related items that Amazon are telling us are related and tend to sell well. And these are monetized affiliate links as well. So these are automatically put in there for me by the system. Scott was asking about add to cart. Yes, you can have that if you want to. So I've now got 5 opportunities on this single page. I'm zoomed in here, but let me zoom out so you can see. I've got the main lens, and then I've got these, an extra lens and various camera bodies. And I can have up to 10 of those automatically added for me, which would give me 11 monetization opportunities on a single page. But even better still, these are opportunities that Amazon has identified as being very interesting to people who look at this lens. Amazon are superb at data mining. When they're telling me that these items go well with that lens, I'm going to listen to Amazon because they know what they're talking about. I'm happy for Amazon's recommendations to appear on this page. And I can have up to 10. Now, I think 10 personally would be too many. 1 might not be enough. You know, you take your pick, you choose. If you want 2, pick 2. If you want 3, put 3. And all we had to do, I'll just show you that again, create Amazon pages, just zoom in a bit so you can see. When we got the pages back from here, there was a little checkbox that automatically added this on every one of the new pages. And if I show you one more time, the pages I've just created, the 75 pages of lenses, if I go into Social Multiplier, I choose my account, Pinterest account, my board, click this box here, Click on Load Images. It's just off on the other monitor. Let me drag it over. I choose the file, which in this case was that one, which I've just downloaded, and it only took a second. And these are the lenses. Now, it's using the Amazon image. That's important so that you don't spoil yourself with Amazon. It's not going against their terms and conditions. It has my web page, so I'm not sending anybody directly to Amazon. They're coming to me first. That means I get the opportunity to put them on a subscriber list. And it has a description as well. Remember, we click there, click there, click there, click there. And that's actually ready to go into Social Multiplier now. I was talking and it was still only 40 seconds for 75 pages, which will then promote themselves in Social Multiplier day in, day out, and keep doing it until I say stop. And I'm only going to say stop if I stop making money. So, it will do it for as long as you want. That's how quick Social Multiplier works when you have the information provided to you. Now, there's a whole bunch more that you can do in here. We have hover ads. Let me just have a look at a hover ad. I want to show you something here. Yeah, okay, so that one was video test. So let me just create a new link. I'm going to show you a hover ad. One of the things you can do to add quality to your site is to give information that's beneficial without being necessarily promotional. So let me show you what I mean. So there we go. And the money link could be whatever you want. I'm just going to put a money link in here. So that's my affiliate link. Okay. Now, what I'm going to show you in a second is a way to make your site better for people who come to it. Okay. So what I've got now for the word Canon is what I call a hover ad. And you don't need to worry what hover ads are at this stage. I'm going to show you. So, oops, wrong keyboard. Let me just find something that's got the word Canon in. There we go. Yeah. So this particular website has the, I beg your pardon, the web page has the word Canon in. And I said I was creating something called a hover ad for the word Canon. Let me show you what a hover ad can do. Now, a hover ad can have anything you want. I'm just showing you one example, because otherwise it would take me hours to show you every example. But you see the word up there that says Canon. Watch this. When I hover over the word, because there's a link, watch what happens. I'm actually showing a video on my website linked to a particular phrase. Oh, that's me. That's one of my videos. Now, I've muted it for obvious reasons because I'm talking. That was a little product review that I did. And, you can use your own YouTube channel if you have one. You could be giving information to people about a product that you're reviewing. You could use other people's YouTube videos if they allow embedding. You can put graphics in there if you want to. You can put an opt-in form if you want to, because it will take HTML. You can put a purchase button in there if you want to. You can do any of that stuff, right? Because it's just content, and it will appear, I'll get rid of it, on that specific word. And all I did was create this thing called a hover ad. That's the video test. And a text link that finds that specific keyword and adds that hover ad for me. And that will work on every piece of content I ever had. I just want to show some content on here very quickly to add some in. So I'm going to just add some content there. So I've got some photography articles here that I've got from Article Builder. So I'm going to put these in now and just upload them very quickly. So we'll put that into digital photography. We'll do it as a post. Let's upload those. So there's about 10 articles there. So we've now got 10 photography articles on there, which weren't there before. Okay. So if I can find these particular articles and then just let that filter, I'm going to show you what happens when you start adding content, because all those things that I monetized earlier, oh, it's got a lot of articles to look through. Here we go. All those things that we monetized earlier, right, will automatically monetize these particular pages if we use a specific keyword. Now, I think I probably need to use the word photography, so let's do a text link. So yeah, let me just change this one to be, what I'm doing, in case anybody's wondering, is putting in a keyword of photography so it will match photography for me, okay? Just so I can show you. That it's not saving for me. Let me just hang on. Yeah. So if I reload, which is not letting me, hang on, I'll reload it this way. If I've done it right, oh, okay, again, because it's live, it's making me look silly. But for some reason, it's not saving there. It might be because I've not put a link in the group ID. Let me just change the number. I'll check why that's not saving. But what you can do, in other words, what you can do is existing content is automatically.
When you bring the car to the mechanic. Inevitably, when you bring it to the mechanic, you can't duplicate the problem that you're having. Well, what I can tell people is that I use Social Monetize Me every day of the week and twice on Sunday, and it works like a dream.
Well, I'm going to create a new one because I think it's because I was editing another one, you see. So that's the money link. So let me just save that one. Okay. So that particular page that has no monetization, that I've just uploaded that page, I'm going to put that monetization on. And I chose the keyword snapping. So it's not a good keyword. Please don't take it as an example of a good keyword. It's not. But I just put it on to show you. What happens now is it takes me. Oh, there we go. I'm actually running a beta version on here, so that might be why. But that will take me to the monetized link that I've put in there for that specific keyword, which in this case is a ClickBank affiliate link. So you've got multiple ways of doing this. You've got multiple platforms. You can put any kind of affiliate link in. If you can get an affiliate link from anywhere, Commission Junction, ClickBank, Amazon, JVZoo, Zaxa, Paydoc, it doesn't matter what the affiliate link is. As long as it's a link of some kind, you can add it in as a text link, an image link. You can put it on your pages. If you do it as a text link, we've got this here, it will automatically do it for you. If you have an image link, you also have a special thing here where you can add it to specific pages. I'll choose that one. So you can add it to specific pages wherever you want it to be. So if I wanted that link to be at the bottom, let me just edit that particular piece of content. So you might give them a ton of good content and say, now you've had the basics, why not check out the advanced course? And then put that special code in. Let me show you what that page looks like now. And what did that take me? 10 seconds. And that is there embedded with your affiliate link for you. I mean, I cannot possibly, in the time we have, because we're already about to run out of time, tell you all the things you can do with this, but I have shown you how fast it can work. And then how fast you can promote those pages within Social Multiplier. Because the faster you can do that, and the richer you can make your pages with YouTube videos or images or even little bits of content, and remember, you can buy content, the better the experience your real visitor will have. Because Pinterest is sending you a real person. And when they get to your site, well, it kind of needs to be a good site, doesn't it? And we were asked that question earlier, what's a quality site? When you look at a website, you know if it's quality. You don't need us to tell you. You go onto a website, take 5 seconds to look at it, and you'll think that's wonderful or that's lousy. Right? You just have to be sure to make sure yours is one of the wonderful ones. But to do that, you've got to release some time. And these tools together will save you having to spend hours and hours creating pages and promoting them, because you can do it all in minutes. I mean, look, we're not even a full hour since I started talking, and I've got, I've lost count, was it 2,500 pages? Every one of them's monetized. Well, 180 pages and 2,500 posts, 2,606 in fact. That gives me about 2,800 monetization opportunities, and it took me 20 minutes. Now, if I can get traffic to those pages, which is what Social Multiplier does, just by strength of numbers, I'm going to get clicks. Now, if you don't want to put Amazon on there, that's fine. You can use this for AdSense, and it will automatically monetize you for AdSense on all your existing content and all your future content. You set it once, and then forget it. It will do it for you automatically from then on. You don't have to go in and remember. It will do the whole thing for you. So
I want to say something, Eamon.
yeah.
You notice how little time we've actually spent inside the social multiplier 2 software?
Yeah.
That should tell you how easy it is to set it up. It's so incredibly simple. Most of your time is going to be spent optimizing the sites that you're promoting to make them as profitable as possible. The real beauty of Social Multiplier 2 is that it frees up your time to focus on your website and focus on figuring out how can I improve my website and make it convert better for the visitors that Social Multiplier is sending me from Pinterest. And I go back to the example of my gardening site. It had been making about $300 a month in AdSense, which, hey, that's great, $300 a month. I'm not going to say no to that. But Social Multiplier freed up my time so that I went back to that site a day and a half ago, 2 days ago, found a great ClickBank product for it, and used Social Monetize Me to rotate that ad on the site. And within 24 hours, I had made a $50 sale from a ClickBank product. Now, if I get a sale every day, which I think I will now that it's up and running, that's $1,500 a month plus the AdSense income, rather than just the $300 a month from the AdSense income. And the reason I'm able to do that is because I don't have to mess with Social Multiplier. It just does its job. It just runs and runs and runs and runs and keeps sending traffic to me from Pinterest. So I am freed to spend time on focusing on making my sites better and getting them to convert better and testing things more and more and more. That's the beauty of the software, especially when you combine it with Eamon's Social Monetize Me plugin.
John, I've got a really good question here, which I'm going to answer. It's the question is, when you create these sites, can you then sell them on with the pages intact? You can, yes, they're your sites, but it would have your affiliate ID. But there is a way, I can't show you because it will take 20 minutes, but there is a way to export it so that the site can then have the purchaser's affiliate ID. So yes, you could create sites and sell them on if you want to. Another question, which it's scrolling very fast again. Can you use this just for ClickBank? Yeah, anything with a normal affiliate link that you can copy in, yes, you can do that. So any kind of affiliate link can go in there with the software and then be promoted through Social Multiplier, because people are going to your website. John, we're getting well, there's so many questions here. How do I get this? So let me deal with that now, because I know we kind of told people at the beginning you're only going to get ahead of John's subscriber list for like an hour after we finished, and I know some people are getting a bit kind of wanting to get on with things. So let me do that now. So yes, of course there will be training. So what do you get? Let's start first of all with what you're actually getting with the lifetime license. So the lifetime license is going to give you a copy of Social Multiplier, and it works on Windows and Mac. That's the good news. It will work on Mac as well as Windows. And it's for personal use. You can't give it to friends, but you can use it unlimited. So that means as many Pinterest accounts as you want. You can install it on as many computers as you want. You can put it on a VPS if you have one. And to answer a question earlier, you leave your computer running. If you turn it off, Social Multiplier is off. So some people are getting a VPS, which is $12 to $15 a month, and just letting that run all the time. A VPS is a computer that you rent. So that's the first thing that you're getting, and the unlimited license for personal use is fantastic. You're also going to get 2,000 royalty-free images, which are personal use, but you can put these on your blog, make it look better, put some featured images, make it look nice. We want to really see quality sites, because when you get a real person landing, if it impresses them, we all judge a book by its cover. If your site visitor likes what they see, they'll stick around, and that's pretty important, because the longer they stay, the more likely they are to click on something that gives you money. You're also going to get a pretty cool ebook cover maker account. It's an online system. I'm going to show you that, and you can sell the covers that you make. So let me just have a look at this. I'm just going to choose a template. Let's say we were, I don't know, weight loss. We've got a couple of nice templates here. I'm going to show you how easy this is to use. Okay, we'll choose that one. So, watch this. So you can make ebook covers and 3D types, so it's just loading, and you're going to get an account for this automatically as well as part of the bonus for the lifetime license. Okay, it's slow. My internet's a bit slow at the moment. I'll show you again in a moment when it's loaded. No, it's going to be slow. All right, that's fine. I'll show you in a second. I'll let that load in the background. The fourth bonus that you're going to get is Social Monetize Me, which I've just shown you. It's very quick, very easy, but we will give you full training. Okay, so there will be a private webinar. You'll get the full training for that. Actually, everybody who's bought Social Multiplier will get that training. You can create the Amazon stores in minutes and promote it in seconds. But even if you don't want to use it with Social Multiplier, when you get this as part of the deal, it will be licensed for use on up to 500 domains that you own, your own personal use. So you could create sites that are just for ClickBank. You can create sites for AdSense. You could create sites that are informational, because you can use that hover ad to teach people things. If you imagine a membership site where there are terms and acronyms and so on that people need to be helped with, you can have the explanation appear. You could have details on how to send in a request for refunds if you want to do that. You could have details on how to make a purchase if you have a credit card, if you're using a different system than PayPal. You can put whatever you want on there. And with 500 domain license, you're never going to run out in effect. The fifth item that you get, and this is outstanding. I need to take time to explain this. John showed you how to get 10,600, I think it was, subscribers. Subscribers are great. You can email them. He showed you one of his ClickBanks where the follow-up emails made him money. You email people, it makes money. That simple. But you need an autoresponder. Now, we're going to give you an autoresponder account, which it's going to take 30 days to set it up for you because we've got some changes being made. And it's a 10,000 subscriber edition. By the time you've reached 10,000 subscribers, you should be earning serious money. Okay? Now, the thing about a 10,000 subscriber edition account is that if you got this from Aweber, it would cost you $828 annually on its own. And we're giving you, if you get the lifetime license, you're getting a lifetime Jail Mailer account. And that would save you $828 annually anyway. So, I mean, that's an incredible resource. I'm going to tell you something about Jail Mailer that not many people will know. I used to have an Aweber account, and that's where I would occasionally email people. I hated that account, and I didn't email people a great deal. Consequently, I didn't make a tremendous amount of money on it. So you send an email, you make some money, sure. But if you're not sending the email, you're not making the money. I switched to Jail Mailer when John released it in-house, because it really was just for us. And so actually making this open to everybody else now is fantastic. I started using it, and it's simple to use, and it's actually fun to use. And so now I email pretty much every week. I mean, recently I haven't because of some family health issues, but every week I email, and it's a mix of content and tuition and webinars and other things. And every week I make money from that Jail Mailer account because it's pleasant to use and it works. And there are some incredible features in it for segmenting how you speak to people so that you can personalize what you say very, very precisely. And again, there will be training on that, but it's an $828 annual value that's included with the lifetime license. Next, there's more. I showed you how I imported some skincare and some photography and some jewelry items with a special file. Some of you asked what the file is. I'm actually going to create a special file for you with the top items in Amazon for 2,000 different products in about 4 different niches. And again, that will be available after 30 days. Basically, let me be really frank with you, that's after the refund period. Okay, we're not giving these valuable bonuses, that kind of thing, for people who just want to mess about. You've got to be serious, so you're going to have to wait 30 days for that. The 2,000 item import file, you saw it took seconds to create those pages. You can create as many of these sites as you want and put these items on them again and again and again. Now, there's something else you can do, which I'm going to do. My kids are 21 and 19. One of the things you can do, if you choose to and you have a suitable relationship with family, you can create sites for family members. Put their affiliate link in there. So like my daughter who's wanting to move out and get an apartment, I'm going to create some of these for her and get her an affiliate account with Amazon and put her associate ID in there. It's not going to take me too long. Then I'm going to run it on Social Multiplier, so I'll get the traffic. It will build. 3 months from now, 6 months from now, it will build. And I will ask John to explain about the snowball thing in a moment. So the import file will give you the most popular items, the ones that Amazon say are selling best. Okay, and that means you can create a massive Amazon store, a couple of clicks. And you know what? Here's another thing which is really cool, and we skipped over it very quickly. It will automatically put your affiliate link in for you, even though the file is coming from me. So when you've put your associate ID in the Amazon box that's on Social Multiplier, Social Monetize Me, the import file will convert itself to monetize for you, or for your family member if you want to. So let me just recap. Social Multiplier, the desktop application, works on Windows and Mac. 2,000 royalty-free images, the ebook cover maker account, Social Monetize Me plugin, which is licensed for up to 500 domains. Personal use only, please. Don't be selling it on or anything like that. The 2,000 item import file, the JLM autoresponder account, and something we didn't really go into properly. We're going to be giving you a marketing masterclass training. We're going to go through start to finish the correct way to set up Pinterest. We're going to show you how to set up proxies, how to set up Social Multiplier. We're going to show you how to find good niches to promote. We're going to show you how to split test so that you know which product is the best one to promote, because that's a big deal. John told you he switched out an item and he suddenly got a $50 sale. Excuse me while I cough. Excuse me, when I talk this long, sometimes I end up coughing. So he's going to show you how to, well, we'll both show you how to do that kind of testing so that instead of guessing, you can look at your own figures and say, this one's the winner, I'm going to promote it more. It's easy when you know how. We're going to show you. So you're also going to get training on the plugin. And as an additional bonus, I'm going to give you training on how to use PLR content to set up a site and then monetize it. Because here's the thing. If you don't have to rely on Google for traffic, you don't have to have perfectly unique content. Good quality PLR content is fine if you're getting traffic outside of Google. Now, if you want traffic from Google, you've got to have really top quality, perfectly unique, well optimized, well linked content and all the other stuff they insist. We don't need Google anymore. Okay, we don't need Google anymore. Well, you might want to keep Google as a spare, but with Pinterest, where it's direct traffic generation, you're sending them direct to the page. Most of those people will not have seen that PLR content before, and it will be fine. You can tweak if you want to, but I'm going to show you how to create all that content on your site very quickly, and then monetize it using Social Monetize Me, because it's very fast and easy to do. And if you've got, well, hundreds and hundreds of pages on your site, monetizing them one by one is impossible for most people. It's just too much work. But doing it in a couple of clicks, that's real power, and we're going to show you that as well. So that's a tremendous amount of training. Now, the other thing is we keep emphasizing that you need a quality site, right? I mean, please don't send people to junk because you're wasting your time and the traffic and all this power. Please send them to something that's decent. If you need a quality site and you don't want to build one yourself, when you buy the license for Social Multiplier, you're going to be taken to a thank you page for your download and your password and so on. We'll give you an instant discount. You're going to get $150 off a NicheJet Authority site if you want one. Okay, so if you want to get a site made for you with all the good features that you need on a quality site, you can save $150, but that's only available to purchasers of Social Multiplier. You're not going to get that separately, so please don't ask. It's only on the thank you page for purchasers of Social Multiplier. Now, at this point, I would normally say thank you to everybody. I'm going to put the link back in the chat box. But John, I don't know about you for time. I'm okay for time. Do you want to take some questions, or are you hurting for time?
I have been answering questions furiously, but if there's any left, yeah, I'll be able to answer for a few more minutes.
Okay. Ken's asking how do we get the bonuses we've already bought. They will be sent to you automatically, Ken. Mike M, no, sorry. David is saying the ebook cover account seems unnecessary. Well, you might think that, David, but let me explain something to you. If you're adding content to your site and getting good traffic, if you can buy PLR content, which might include a report, and you can put that on for sale on your site so that you get the actual sale yourself, you might be able to start making more money. And in that case, a good quality e-cover can make a big difference to whether people click through, because we do judge a book by its cover. So Frankie's saying, oh, I've already purchased, I get the bonus. Oh, you've answered, yeah. Well, yes, there will be replays. I think we're getting a lot of repeats of the same question now, John. Can we publish answers to questions? Gerald, do you mean here? We're answering as many as we can, but, you know. November 3rd, yes, the first set of webinar training is November 3rd. That's next week, next Thursday. But there's actually going to be 3 separate training sessions because there's that much information to show. And what we want to do is make sure you walk away from each training session and implement what we show you. Please do not do what some people do. Oh, I'll watch the replay. Please come along to the live training. You can ask your questions. We're going to show you things. You can follow best practice. And we'll also show you the easiest way to do things, because we don't want to do any more work. Excuse me. We don't want to do any more work than we have to, and we don't think you should either. And of course, those training sessions will be recorded, and you will get a download of those afterwards as well. George is asking about the NicheJet site. The normal site price for an authority site is $397, George, so you can get that if you buy Social Multiplier. You can get it for $247. Is there any homework to be done before next week? Scott is asking. Not really, no. I mean, it's a complete run-through of everything next week, where you'll know how to set up your Pinterest account safely. And if you're not in the US, by the way, you need a US account, and you need to access it with a US proxy. Very simple to do, very cheap, but we'll show you. How long is it on sale for? John, you've answered, but I'll tell everybody else. It's going to expire tomorrow night, midnight Friday, if we have enough licenses left. They will sell out. We're not sure when, but you're getting ahead of everybody else. Right now, the only people who can see that link I've given you are the people on the live webinar. John's subscriber list won't hear about this until an hour after we've finished, so you can get in ahead of them and make sure you get your license. Any other questions? So do you need a US? Yeah, a US Pinterest account is very simple to do, Charlotte. You log in through a US proxy, and we'll show you that next week. You log in through a US proxy and then create an account. It will be a US account, and then it will integrate with Social Multiplier very simply and just work without anybody thinking. Can you produce WordPress pages without the dates being displaced? Well, it depends on your theme and how big your screen is and so on. I mean, I'm just showing it on the simple theme there. For demo, you can put this on any theme you want to. I didn't want to mess about with themes because it is literally just a simple example for you. Anybody who's asking about how do I get the bonuses if I've already bought, we're doing those manually, so you know it may take me a couple of days to catch up because there's so many of you buying that. So please, if you're thinking about this, do take advantage now. Let me just show you where to go. So we've got this special link. Let me just drag this over. You're the only ones who can see it. And you've got the normal single purchase, so that's a one-time price. Or you can do the split pay, and that's available in the UK and Australia and New Zealand, Canada, and so on, where you pay over 3 months. So, you know, if you're wanting to do that, but you haven't got the full amount right now, you now have a 3-month option available to you instantly, and it doesn't matter where you are. So whichever country you're in. Lots of people saying they've already bought, so we'll sort out your special links for the training, so don't worry, we're going to get that to you all well in advance, and you get your bonuses as well. I can't see any other questions we need to answer, John. I think that's probably...
Yeah, I went through and manually answered every single question that I could, so I think we're pretty well covered.
Cool. So remember, an hour from when we say goodbye, that's when everybody else is going to find out about that link. And if you see sold out when you get there, please, because this always happens after us, please don't write in asking, you know, can you make an exception in my case? I don't want to be rude to anybody, but I'm going to end up having to say no. And you know, please don't write in. because we always get people saying, well, I missed it by an hour, you know, I had to get a cup of tea, somebody made a phone call. I'm sorry, it's got to be no. When it's sold out, if you do write in and ask, I'm just going to have to say no to you. If you come in on the support desk, it's going to be no, and you know, that's it. So please use that 1 hour window ahead of everybody else. Because you've joined us, and we always appreciate the interaction. You give us fantastic questions and great feedback. We love it. It's fantastic.
I just want to remind people that the monthly licenses sold out within 24 hours of launch. The annual licenses sold out within 3.5 days of launch. The